Wrestlinger!
Yeah!
Welcome back to the Break Room. Wow. Welcome back to the Break Room live from New Rockstars HQ. We are very excited. We've got a lot of news. It's San Diego Comic-Con weekend. We've got a ton of Marvel animated news. In addition, WWE longtime CEO Vince McMahon formally stepped down.
Formerly retired on Twitter.
We've got Gremlins casting news. We've got a 4-second National Treasure series teaser. We'll be covering none of that today. This is going to be entirely dedicated to covering the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Animation panel. A lot of news came out, of which we are very excited about. X-Men 1997, Spider-Man freshman year, What If Season 2, Marvel Zombies, I Am Groot. Is that everything?
I think that was everything.
That's enough. Hey, that's enough.
I like calling it X-Men 1997. It's got a little extra ting on it. I like it.
You gotta place the
You gotta let them know. Let them know.
I mean, what percentage of our audience was not born?
I don't want that poll. Do not run that poll.
We're gonna start at the top with X-Men 97, 1997.
2097, who knows?
That's right. However you want to refer to it. It could go back and forth. So throw in the chat your thoughts on the news, your questions about the series, anything else. This is also, I believe, chronologically after I Am Groot. This is the first animated thing we're gonna get, I believe. Is that correct?
The What If or the...
Probably What If
X-Men
Season
97.
2. Probably What If
Okay,
Season
well, we
2.
don't know exact
that's me
release
first.
dates
Yeah.
yet.
I think
we
they
know it's
said,
definitely
no,
coming.
I think they said spring for What If Season 2. We've got it in our notes, I'm
Okay.
sure. And then fall for X-Men. I think
Okay.
that's what they said.
And you know what? Let's go ahead and introduce folks. That guy with a vague understanding of the release calendar is Mr. John Costa.
Apologies in advance for all the, if
So
we have any
vague.
technical problems today. We put a show together in an hour and a half.
Yes. Hey, we're breaking news today.
So vague.
We've got with a stack of notes that Wolf Blitzer would be envious of. We got Brandon Barrick over there.
I'll fight you, Wolf Blitzer. Meet me in the ring.
And then also joined by our wonderful friend, Mr. Eric Owusu.
Hey everybody, happy Friday, happy San Diego Comic-Con.
Yes.
JD.
Yes, noted Miles Morales cosplayer, Eric Owusu.
What gave me away?
He's been threatening to show up in that costume.
I mean, in honor of Comic-Con,
Yeah.
we've kicked all of the women off of the show.
Yeah.
You're right.
No MCU here. Yeah.
Quick plug, we are on TikTok. The Break Room is on TikTok at @the_Break Room. Mostly Tommy Bechtold posting really fun content there. Content you will not see on the actual Break Room. Follow us there. We appreciate it. We're trying to build a small community there. Okay, but let's get into it. First off, we got this huge Marvel animation panel where they covered a lot of upcoming content. This was not streamed anywhere. No. Basically, all of our information is coming from a series of journalist tweets and some hastily taken screen grabs of animation cells that we will be sharing with you. We want to talk first and foremost about X-Men. This has been mentioned before. We knew this was in the works. This is a continuation of the 90s X-Men animation series, of which the theme song we've heard a lot of lately.
We've heard the stinger.
The stinger.
little stinger.
Yes. And the new information, we got some kind of full squad reveals, as it were, some of the characters that are going to be in this show.
Good guys, bad guys.
Good guys, bad guys, both. And kind of the big reveal, Magneto is going to be running the X-Men.
Yeah, that was like the hot news out of that part of the panel for sure.
Yeah.
You've seen all of X-Men 97.
Oh, yes.
It's been a while since I watched those cartoons.
Oh, yes.
Xavier is off-world. Is that
Yeah,
what's happening?
the series kind of ends. Spoiler, if you're going through the series now, go through it. It's
You've
great.
had a couple decades.
You've had a few decades. Some of you were just born, I know, but yeah, it kind of ends with Xavier injured, sent off to space to be with his Shi'ar honey and kind of like heal up in space. And at this point in the story, Magneto and the X-Men are kind of getting along. Season 5 has a lot of interesting team-ups in it. And so, yeah, Magneto's kind of like left in charge because, you know, at their core, Xavier and Eric are good friends and they love each other.
They want the same thing. They just have different means of achieving it.
Yes. And I would just like to go on record and say Magneto was right.
Oh.
Magneto was right.
Can't argue with
Magneto
that.
was right.
Now,
terrifying.
speaking of right or wrong, what are your thoughts on this costume? Do we have the image of the Magneto? There he is.
I love the hair.
I love long hair Eric Lehnsherr,
sleeveless with the high glove,
Mm.
and then obviously the locks are flowing, no helmet, and a big ol' M.
Big old
Yeah.
let him know.
I can't explain why, but like long white hair in animation always reads as like unhinged villain to me,
Oh, yeah.
and so
It's very
I'm
villainous.
so
I hate
excited.
Sephiroth and every other white hair villain and everything.
There was like a great run in New X-Men when like Magneto's high on kick, which was like a drug that made like mutants' power stronger. He's like high as hell. He takes over Manhattan. He uses his magnetic powers to like rip up the bridges. And it's great. And then at some point he's like, "Oh man, I gotta get better."
I gotta go to rehab.
He's pretty messed
on
up
the
for a little
down.
bit. Yeah, he goes on the down.
Most people's bottom is like getting divorced and
Yeah,
losing their job.
That's like definitely long hair Magneto time, and it's great.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
great, baby.
If there's
Great.
any a place to go to have a bender as a mutant,
Go to Manhattan.
in
rip up the bridges.
1997.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Yeah.
also, and again, they're being very kind of like accurate to the era, that kind of
Chris Claremont
era that a lot of us fell in love with as kids, right? But like that big ass M on his chest.
Great.
That was part of that era, right? Daredevil with two huge D's on the middle of his chest. Like, how will they know who I am unless I have my
Yeah.
initials?
Yeah, those comic panels can be kind of small sometimes.
Yeah.
You
She
do
also
a lot of
had
identification.
Emma Frost with two huge D's on her chest.
Okay, get out of here. Get out of here.
I didn't
It's
draw
the
it.
all boys
I didn't draw
show.
it that way.
How dare you?
I was a young man.
But speaking of Emma Frost, who was in some of the
Yes.
promo images for this show, she will be part of the bad folks in this series, the enemies. But the heroes, we got a great squad photo there. There it is.
The squad.
A lot of our favorites: Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, Jubilee, Cyclops, Storm, Jean Grey, and Beast in
at
all his
that.
blue glory. That's a great. I also got to take a moment, shout out that cell animation, man. None of this, that real hand-drawn look, right? They've probably advanced the
I mean, I'm
technology.
sure they're
but
using computers to do it, and hopefully it looks good. But yeah, I love that they did not change the style too much.
It's really interesting. When What If came out, we were sort of like, oh, is this the animation style they're going to do for all of the Marvel animated shows? And I'm so glad it's not. You know, Spider-Man Freshman Year, which we're going to get to in a minute, also looks incredible. The I Am Groot show is just like full hyper-realistic
Pixar-ish
CGI.
kind of, yeah.
I love that they're like, oh no, we're going to do whatever makes the most sense for the show.
Well, and that hints at a big question all of us have about this animated content. How canon is it, right? To the live action content and to each other.
That's a good question. Do we think, you know, I don't know how any of these animated shows could cross into each other.
Well, we rely on like the quotes that came out when the first What If was coming out, right? Where they kind of said then, like, all the animated stuff is canon, in that we now know there's multiverses and there's different timelines and blah, 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 blah. But they also, at that same time, were saying some of these animated characters could cross over into live action. Now, in hindsight, they were probably saying that to set us up for like seeing Peggy Carter as Captain Carter.
Well, and put a pin in that. We're gonna get to that later.
And for seeing like an evil Doctor Strange, just so it like made sense then. But those were different and all that. So I think it's canon and it's canon, right?
Yeah.
It's canon in its own
You're
canon.
right. You're right.
Yeah, I think it's canon unless they say it's not canon.
Yeah.
Because like when I saw Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and he had like the snake dragons coming out of his hands and all that stuff, that was from Multiverse, kind of. Or sorry, that was from What If.
Right. We saw
where
that
he absorbed
similar
some of those
stuff.
demons and whatnot.
Well, and I will get to I Am Groot in a second, but James Gunn about I Am Groot sort of said it's its own canon,
Right.
and so I think like Marvel's always gonna be like, yep, it's canon.
But
Is it?
this is what comic book readers have always dealt with, right? Where it's like, you know, your favorite characters can really change depending on who's writing it.
Well, and there could
it's
be-
all kind of canon, but not canon.
Yeah, and there's at least three Spider-Man comics coming out every month, telling totally different stories unrelated to each other, right? Well, and it feels like maybe Marvel's trying to have it a little both ways. DC long ago was like, nah, TV Flash isn't the same as movie Flash, right? And
Different
like,
actors.
And animated Harley Quinn is not the same as film
Right.
or whatever, right? Maybe it feels like Marvel's like, no, you need to watch all of this. You can't skip any of this, right?
We'll
It's
tell
okay.
you later what you
Yes.
needed to have. not watched.
Also, we got another great X-Men asset, I believe. This one's showing off. Oh, throw it up there. Yes. Okay. This one's showing off a different group of heroes: Sunspot, Morph, Cable, Bishop Forge and Nightcrawler. Great. Again, when you want to talk about 90s X-Men, X-Force, if you don't have Cable with some big goofy guns in there, baby, what are you even doing?
Give him the pockets.
What are you even doing without some pockets and
They
guns?
took my boy Morph's hair.
Oh, he had long curly hair.
He had a good locks before. Even
Well,
when
I mean,
he was
when
evil.
you're a shapeshifter, in theory, he can create his own, right?
Yes, I guess he could. Like Chameleon was always bald, but Morph usually has a little lock of hair. Sunspot was never on X-Men 1997 in 1997.
Right.
So he's like a new one.
Yeah, that's addition.
He's a new addition.
Interesting.
I will say, looking at that photo reminded me a little new Rockstars exclusive. My very good friend and former roommate is writing on X-Men 97, and we were drunk at a night out once, and he
about to get him fired?
He couldn't say what project he was working on. It was like several. It was like a year ago before it had been announced. And all he would say, he whispered in my ear, "Bishop." And I was like, are we getting just a whole Bishop show?
Now, are you sure you weren't drunkenly playing chess with him, John?
Move the Bishop. The
I
White Queen.
I believe also a friend of the program, Frank Moran, I believe also might be
he's
working
working
on
on
that
that show.
program. Tell your friend, and we'll tell Frank, come on the show. Come on the show, you cowards. And then also we got I love a good lineup pick too. You know what I mean? Such a comic book thing to get that one image of the squad or a big chunk of the squad. We got to look at the villains as well. Do we have that asset ready to throw up? Or hopefully it doesn't make us throw up.
I don't know if we do have that.
If not, that's okay. But it seemed to be centered around Mr. Sinister.
Love it.
Looks like he's going to be a big part of this. We got Sebastian Shaw, the White Queen, of course, as we mentioned, Emma Frost, Callisto, and then Val Cooper.
Good old Val Cooper.
Yeah.
She's like she works for the government. She's usually works, I think, with the Secretary of State or I don't know. She's like a government insider, and they were kind of teasing at the panel, I guess, like, don't trust this lady. She's bad government lady.
Bad news.
Well,
Bad news.
And now there's not to be confused with another Val from live
Not
action.
the other Val.
Yes. Yeah,
the
who also
Contessa.
works for the government.
Well,
also
maybe.
not to be trusted. Yeah. Apparently at the panel we don't have this, but they showed an animatic of the X-Men with Morph fighting Sentinels. Again, huge part of that series was kind of the constant battles with Sentinels. Rogue ripping off a Sentinel's head. Hell yeah.
And saying heads up.
Yeah.
Really,
I guess
funny.
the jokes are going to be there too. The 90s jokes.
Well, that's something we were sort of trying to decide between this group was what is the tone of the show?
Right.
I guess,
for kids
is it
or
for
is it for-
kids? Is it going to kind of age with the people who were maybe watching it in 97? I don't know. Marvel Zombies is going to be rated TV MA. I don't think this show is going to go there, but
Yeah.
I do think they'll try to kind of give this show to its original fans, us, right?
I mean, when
a
you
little
go
bit.
back and watch like the series, the original series, it is interesting because it is drawn so much like the comic books, and it looks so adult. It's just the the lines are a little softer and the storylines are a little more accessible. But it's like a pretty adult. It's about adults. The only kid on the show is usually like Jubilee or like kids in trouble somewhere. Like,
Yeah. She's usually our window into
Yeah.
what's
This
going
was
on.
like
Yeah.
very comic booky and like had some like heavy stuff. Characters dying. Morph. Soon dead. Like messed up stuff. So.
I want to quickly shout out a couple folks sending us super chats. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Alex Clark, Erickson Diaz, thank you so much. And then Smoothie with a great super chat. I think it would be epic for all the Breakroom fans to wear trash bags to the next Comic-Con.
That's not bad.
I mean, depending on how hot it is next year.
We might have to.
Maybe just indoors.
Yeah, they air
indoors.
condition it. Yeah, they should.
Hey, if you're trying to cut weight for a wrestling meet.
Yeah.
Makes sense, thank you. Bryce Burris, House of the Dragon or Rings of Power. Ooh, you know what, we're not
just talking about
This
this.
We're not
hard.
going to get to that yet, but that's going to be a big debate over the next couple weeks here at New Rockstars. Which of those series are folks going to be more jazzed about? Which is going to turn out better?
Who has better wigs?
Who has? I mean, the wig game on both those shows better be intense.
A1, yeah.
Intense. A1. The budgets, the wig budgets. And then final couple things on X-Men '97. They've already ordered season 2.
Ooh, is that hot?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're getting the season 1 in theory next year, fall of 2023. Maybe
Yes.
roughly 12 months from now, a little farther. And then season 2, we don't know when. But
Yeah.
exciting.
If you
They're
think about
committing
what
to it.
if, you think, okay, that's probably coming out sometime in 2025, right? They do 2 years apart for these animated shows.
Well, maybe though.
But if
Maybe
they gotta jump on it.
Maybe
They
this whole
announced-
early. A lot of the series we're talking about, they've already kind of started talking about 2 seasons. So
Yeah.
maybe that is a little Peter Jackson, Lord of the Rings. Let's
Maybe.
keep the production rolling so we can get that second season a little faster. Great. We got some other great comments we want to get to from you, the viewer. Thank you so much. Danielle Watt asking, will I need to watch the OG X-Men series to understand what is happening?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know, but I would think that they'll make it accessible. They won't expect everyone to go watch the 5 seasons. If you can watch it, go watch it.
Well, something
it jumps around. There's like they do little story arcs within seasons, like 2-episode, 3-episode story arcs. So maybe look up a best of list.
Something we someone might be coming in. Someone might be coming in. Something we didn't touch on in these notes is that they're putting the original series on Disney Plus, and they're reordering episodes.
Yeah, they had the order wrong originally when they put them out. There's a sequence where Jean Grey's gone, and all of a sudden she's back, and then she's gone again, and it's very confusing.
Oh no, we've got a special guest appearance.
Oh, God.
Oh my God. What is happening? Oh no.
It's me.
They said there weren't enough dudes on this episode.
It's me, T. Sharkle Blowhole.
In the building.
Now,
Do sharks have blowholes?
no, they have gills. They have gills. For the viewers at home, he does smell like sunscreen. So he's like really completing the image.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Oh wow,
Great.
T. Sharkle, so good to have you.
I'm
T-Shackle
here
chumpled.
on the eve of my vacation. You know, I've been hard at work. I wanted to make some surprise announcements.
You have notes?
Okay.
I wanted to make some surprise Tomicon announcements on Friday in honor.
You might need to intro. We haven't gotten to Tomicon yet. So, real quick, do you want to tell them what Tomicon is?
Tomicon is a way of life. It's a church that I'm starting, a grassroots church. No,
sounds like Jared Leto.
Tomicon is a celebration of, it's the signature Southern California's pop culture event of the century. Hosting such things as Jess Fest, the Brandon Barrick 4-minute soapbox, a celebration to Jessica Clemons, a 3-minute video celebration, Zach Huddleston singing the blues for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
But we have some new events to announce.
Oh my God.
I wrote them down for you guys. Sorry, I don't have them off the top of my head.
The eyes on
Here,
the
Tommy.
shark.
I believe we printed out
Those are
some
some
of
Put
these.
them on. Okay, great.
Some
Guys,
realistic eyes.
I am now happy to announce amongst the exclusives some other people appearing at Tomicon. There'll be horse funerals.
Oh.
Divorce Dad Bingo. Smush, the world's #1 Slash impersonator. He's 4'3" and
you
full of
talked
guitar
about
energy.
Smush, yeah.
Snakes. Chris Pine. Total Blackouts. Fart Simpson. Daily blood pressure checks. Former Surgeon General Joyce Brothers. Dr.
Not true.
Foz, a right-wing Muppet running for Senate in Pennsylvania. Santa Jaws. Maury, the cool guy rabbi. Rapping toddlers. Reverse strippers. My Uncle Doug. Salon quality haircuts by Britney Shears. #Free Britney. A big update on Gucci and Moochie. Also, my ex-wife will be serving me legal documents during the 1-hour crying panel in Hall H. So look forward to all of that.
Wow.
Really excited.
Can't wait for
Wow.
Tomicon.
Incredible.
We're going to do all that live on YouTube Monday,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
upcoming Monday.
Thanks for giving generously, and remember, the more money that goes into this, the more they're going to let me spend on this Tomicon.
Yeah.
So give generously. Now I've got to go perform a wedding, which is a true story.
Well, you're dressed for the wedding. I
Yeah,
see.
not officiate, not attend. You're performing.
Performing a
I think
wedding.
he is
Wedding.
officiating.
Weddings are like surgical procedures for me.
Copy
I
that.
perform the surgery. I perform the wedding. Fart Simpson is a gas.
Now, rapping toddlers, how's that spelled?
Rapping toddlers?
Yeah. Is it with the W or with
R?
the
Careful with this one. There's definitely 2 P's. And they will be rapping WRAPP.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to be
Sounds like a
rapping.
reverse
Each one of these
unboxing.
toddlers is licensed by Macy's to gift wrap from December 1st through January 1st.
I like this idea of toys unboxing toddlers
A reverse.
instead of the other way around.
Oh, we're doing a Toys for Knots drop. That's where we donate toys to give to the staff at Knott's Berry Farm because all those mean teens are running.
I was going to ask how you spelled knots just to make
Wow. Wow.
I was thinking hot or knots. So
Oh,
we're
knots,
finally giving them
yeah.
their good
Musical
their day.
guest, the Sheetles, which is an all-female Beatles cover band.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
And
okay.
Josh
Justice.
Groban.
Wow. Thank you so
sounds
much.
great.
Thank you, guys.
Wow.
And keep it.
Gucci to Moochie.
Oh.
Thank you. Wow.
Came in
T
hot,
circle.
even hotter.
Oh, wow.
You know what? I'm going to leave this here.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Thank
look
you.
at that.
Thank you, Tommy Bechtold. Always a pleasure.
Will it stand on its own?
Even when he can't make the full show, he makes sure to make a guest appearance. Yes, as we've been promoting all week, Monday after Comic-Con comes the Tomicon, okay? Because we were able to raise enough money this week via Super Chats and your wonderful donations, Tommy gets to go nuts on Monday. You won't want to miss it. That's only a taste of the kind of insanity that will be taking place. We don't even know what's going to happen, but Tommy will have full control of this show, and things are going to get wet and wild, I think it's safe to say.
The 100 men went into the water that night. The 7 came out.
Also, I think that counts retroactively as our mandatory fund for the day. Tommy's guest appearance. Play the graphic. That's right. There it is.
Mandatory fun.
There we go.
It's such a laugher. We play the graphic after. Okay. Okay. Back to the San Diego Comic-Con Marvel animation panel. We covered a lot of the X-Men '97 news. We got to move on to the series. Okay, I'm excited about all of them, but maybe my second most interested, Spider-Man freshman year.
Jessica says Jubilee is mid.
No, she's telling me to say it, and I refuse to say it. Okay?
Ugh, disgusting.
Jessica-
No cap, Jessica?
Decided to stay
Jubilee
home
is
today.
a 10. She's
Jessica
a 10.
Clemons just spent $10 to Super Chat to force Brandon to say that Jubilee is mid.
Here's one. She's a 10, but she says Jubilee is mid. That makes her a 2,
got
Jessica.
Got her.
Got you.
Now, unconfirmed, but the rumor around the new Rockstars office is that Brandon is mostly a Jubilee stan because he does a really good cosplay of her.
I mean, there are photos. There are photos.
Are you reviving it for Tomicon?
No, I don't have the. If it were true, I don't think I have the jacket anymore.
Yeah.
The iconic yellow.
The
jacket.
iconic yellow jacket. Okay, but back to the Comic-Con news. Spider-Man freshman year. A couple big reveals at the panel, including Charlie Cox will be voicing Daredevil
In the black suit.
in the black
Yeah.
suit.
Yeah, we've got a photo.
The
of
little loved black
the little
suit.
Daredevil.
Look at that.
Ooh, It's good. Bye, Tommy.
That looks sleek.
Yeah, this is like
love
really
that.
cool that we're gonna see Daredevil in this, and obviously this is like canon Jace is what we're saying, like 616 Jace. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
follow a lot of the same points.
You see Doctor Strange. We have, I think, a picture of Doctor Strange. Maybe we didn't pull this one. Doctor Strange like helping Peter at school, and like they didn't know each other when Peter was a freshman. So
Well,
616.
Also, another big reveal for the show. Norman and Harry Osborn both going to be featured in this show,
Yeah.
and as was established in No Way Home.
Well, that's a spongy. It's a spongy
could've been
topic.
lying.
He says
Could've
I
been
couldn't
lying.
find Oscorp. Maybe
But that's certainly not.
he didn't
Norman
have a phone
Osborn
book.
is not a well-known name.
Yeah, and
Sure.
Oscorp's not a huge multinational
Yeah.
corporation or something like
But
that.
I would love a version of Oscorp that was like
plucky
deep inside
startup?
of deep inside of like a shell corporation, so
Yeah.
it's hiding its operations
or
a little
like
bit
the
or
Skunk
whatever.
Works within a larger company. I was just angling to get Skunk Works out on the show. Yeah, but those are two. And also, I apologize, I'm probably going to butcher this name. Nico Minoru? Does that sound right?
Oh, the
from
character from
Runaways
Runaways.
will be playing the best friend. Tom Holland will not be voicing Peter Parker.
Not voicing Peter
Sad
Parker.
day.
We don't know who will be.
Yeah.
John seems to think it might be the person
We
who
don't
voiced
know
him
who-
in What If?
What If? We don't know who it will be. The person who did it in What If did an excellent job. I had no idea it wasn't Tom Holland until after the fact. So I wouldn't.
We don't know. We don't know. In though not a ton of plot details for this show, but we are kind of assuming it's kind of picking up. Right. It's called Freshman Year. This is an early Peter, maybe not exactly origin story, but like he's still figuring his stuff out, right? Like the costume he wears is very rudimentary. It's a little Bonesaw-esque,
I love that.
right? Where he keeps his web fluid in like a camelback, basically,
Really,
which
that's
I love.
great. Can we pull up some
Do
of
we
those?
have that?
Got a nice little JanSport back there.
Yes.
There's
okay,
a bunch
well,
of different costumes.
yeah, he's gonna go through a couple different levels, but at least one that we saw was him with kind of a very duct tapey.
With the goggles,
yes.
and sneakers.
That's like the original costume we met him in Homecoming.
Yeah.
The very makeshift one.
Oh,
which we also
there he
saw.
is meeting
Yes,
Norman.
you get a
at
sense
some
of it
point.
there.
Yeah.
Norman, rich, powerful.
Also, he has hopefully, I hope from that picture, the waves on swim. Norman Osborn has always had.
Yes.
It's always
Oh, yeah,
suspected to
that
have
way.
wavy
Pretty good.
red black hair.
Yeah.
And black people love Norman Osborn for that reason. So hopefully more of that.
Possibly just because that's an easy thing for
Yeah,
somebody
It's
to
just-
draw,
it's
but
distinctive. for sure.
Easy
but it
to
is
draw,
distinctive.
not easy to get or maintain.
yeah, we need to know Norman Osborn's night routine.
Oh yeah, put him in a do-rag every night.
Yeah. Now we also got some great, again, some good lineup picks of the villains that are going to be showing up in this series. Yes.
I love it.
Look at that.
A classic-looking Dr. Octopus. We got a Scorpion in there. We got a who else? A Chameleon.
Rhino action.
Yes, Rhino is going to be appearing, as well as some like maybe lesser-known figures who do not immediately come to mind when I look at that.
I will say they do.
Tombstone,
Yeah,
I
they do
believe.
just kind of look goony, you know.
Yes, some random baddies.
Good goons.
Great.
Good, good.
Good goons.
Love to see it. Also, another one, season 2 already ordered.
Sophomore
And
year.
this show doesn't even come out until 2024.
Yeah.
They
So
already
actually,
know.
they're going to do a whole other panel of this for this next year at Comic-Con.
This was the most disappointing news.
I know,
we've
that was
had.
the biggest bummer
I
about
think
this
like
show.
Spider-Man animated shows are just money every time. They've done them forever. They've always, since the Fox one, when I was a young lad, this was hot on the heels of like the X-Men.
I mean, even the
success.
origin of the Spider-Man meme, you could go way back
You
to
go
the
way,
day
way
of
back to
animated
the
Spider-Man.
animated show. Like there's, Spider-Man and Friends. I think it's like a
Japan
kid
had
show
a
right
bunch
now.
of shows.
Yeah, it's always been very, very profitable. Like,
Yeah,
animated
rarely have we
content.
had television without an animated Spider-Man, so
Yeah.
it's interesting, but this is going to be the kind of like MCU-ish, Disney Plus, maybe a little higher budget, a little
Yeah.
bigger names, maybe a little bit more adult content, we don't know. Or not adult, that makes it sound dirty, but you know what I mean, a little bit more mature storylines. We're very excited. Throw in the chat, what are your feelings about Spider-Man freshman year? Jazzed, hyper jazzed, ultra jazzed. We were saying too,
Ultra Jack.
I mean, I know sometimes people complain for Batman movies or something like that. Like, how many times do we have to see the origin story? Oh, the broken
I want to
pearls.
see Martha shot every time.
Even in the
I
sequel.
want to see the rose hit
even
the
in
ground.
the sequel.
You know what I never get tired of though? That sequence of Peter learning his powers, right?
It's
be
awesome.
it,
Like
be it
day
with a
one,
skateboard,
Slam it into his trash
be it
can.
with things coming out of his wrist. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. This show looks like a lot of fun. Again, I like the animation style. It looks closer to X-Men '97.
It does. Very similar.
Yeah. We did put a poll in the chat. Which Spider-Man villain you're most excited for? I agree with the winner of this, the Osborns with 57%.
Yeah.
I've been hankering for Osborns
Yeah.
in the MCU for a long time. I know this is a whole Sony Disney debate there, but I couldn't be more excited. For
Yeah,
them.
Willem Dafoe killed it in No Way Home.
So good.
Happy birthday, Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah.
Today.
I believe today is his 72nd.
Holy
Chrissy
hell.
in the chat, help us out. Is it 72 or 76? He's
I
older
would
than
never
you
say his
think.
age on the air.
He's older than you think because he's still ripped and spry. But happy birthday forever, my Norman Osborn. Okay, well we're jazzed even though like put a pin in it. We're not getting Spider-Man freshman year for a long time.
Yeah, put your jazz aside.
hang your jazz in a comfortable spot where you can easily reach it in a year.
Also hoping that they bring back Aunt Bay because I miss her so much.
They have
Aunt
to,
Bay is
right?
sorely missed. Can't wait to see
Yes.
her in Spider-Man freshman year.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. We don't know.
Yeah,
whose
will we get a
voice
little
it is.
Happy Hogan in there, maybe?
Ooh, couple super chats we want to shout out. Our good friend Paintamenti asking, will there be a ball pit in TommyCon? It's good. You might have just given Tommy an idea. Let's see how many plastic balls it would take to fill up this room. We might find out. Some other super chats. we'll get to later. Again, throw it in the chat, your thoughts on freshman year. We're going to, after a quick word from our sponsors, we're going to cover I Am Groot. We're going to cover What If Season 2. We're going to cover Marvel Zombies.
Marvel Zombies, I was not expecting to look as cool as it does.
Looks very cool.
Yeah.
Speaking of very cool, we want to give a quick shout out to our friends at BetterHelp for sponsoring the Break Room all week. We appreciate you, BetterHelp. We appreciate also all our fans, all our viewers, our audience for signing up for BetterHelp using our promo code. Going to that URL that's on screen right now. We appreciate you. A bunch of folks on New Rockstar staff, Tommy's talked about it this week, but several folks on our staff are currently using BetterHelp, have used BetterHelp recently, have family members that have used BetterHelp. We're big proponents both of BetterHelp and of therapy in general, be it online, in person, however you go about it. Whether you need to worry about specters standing behind you. Oh no, that's John Costa. That's not a ghost. Or you know, stress, anxiety, all the things that come up in the course of our normal lives. BetterHelp's a great place to go for that. Online therapy through BetterHelp, they'll assess your needs and can match you with your own licensed professional therapist in less than 48 hours. And you don't have to take our word for it. We've been giving personal testimonies this week, but here's a quote from a real BetterHelp user who's not an employee at New Rockstars in talking about their experience with real BetterHelp therapist Victoria Neal. Victoria is an amazing listener. She's attentive and always picking up on the little things that you might not realize you're feeling or saying. I feel amazing during and after our sessions, a non-judgmental, safe space. It's a pretty nice endorsement. And again, if you want to sign up for BetterHelp, which we would encourage, they have a special offer for our breakers, our roomies, our BR heads. Get 10% off your first month of therapy at betterhelp.com/breakroom. That's 10% off your first month of online therapy at betterhelp.com/breakroom. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring us all week. And then it is Friday, which means it's Fresh Face Fridays, sponsored by our friends at Geology. Whoa, Eric giving us a little Vogue action. If we cut to the wide shot here, John, there was a purpose behind him sneaking behind me. He was grabbing some Geology products. Geology are skincare friends. They have a great, you can go and you can pick yourself up some nice Geology products with the link that's on screen at a big old discount. They have a great test you can take online. You tell them what your issues are. You worried about wrinkles. Maybe you got acne. Maybe you got oily skin. Maybe you got dry skin. Whatever it might be, you put that in. They pop out like, hey, here's the perfect stuff for you. Like their everyday face wash, their repairing night cream.
Ooh.
Night cream also sounds like could be an X-Men villain. We don't
That's Nightcrawler's cousin.
Yeah. Night cream, Nightcrawler. They have everything you need for a really tight skincare routine, right? To fix what ails you. You don't need to know a bunch of stuff. What kind of cream do I get? What kind of wash? What kind of lotion? They'll figure that out for you. They've hooked us up with a bunch of these products, and we're big fans of Geology products here.
Ooh.
9-time award-winning men's skincare company. 9 times they've won awards. Click the link in this video's description or go to the URL that's being shown on screen right now. Take that quiz. They'll figure out all the dermatologist recommended stuff that will suit you, fix your face up to be the best possible face it can be. And they'll send you a 30-day trial set that's easy to incorporate into your routine, whether you're new to skincare or a seasoned expert. They're offering a crazy deal. You can get 70% off their 30-day 5-piece trial kit. 70% off. They're practically giving it away, folks. Head to geology.com to get 70% off on your 30-day trial when you use the code ROCKSTARS70 or click the link below. That's geology.com, promo code ROCKSTARS70, save 70% off on your on your 30-day trial. Thank you very much to Geology, sponsoring Fresh Face Fridays.
Ooh.
Okay, John, I blew it earlier. I did say that Tommy's appearance was the mandatory fun.
That's okay. Look, I was offended.
We can call this compulsory fun.
Compulsory. Yeah, thank
obligatory fun.
We've been talking about all of the Marvel Comic-Con announcements that have happened today, but there's a lot more news that's going to happen tomorrow. And speaking of which, Eric.
Zachariah is technically my name, but I'll accept it.
Ouch, Jonathan. How
worked
could
for
you?
I've worked with you for 3 years, and here I'm learning new things. Zachariah, Eric, Jessica Clemons, who's in the chat messing around right now.
You off-screen probably.
Maybe off-screen, maybe on-screen.
Yeah.
We'll find out tomorrow. We're going to be here 5 p.m. Pacific time to talk about all of the Warner Brothers announcements, talk about all of the Marvel live-action announcements. But with those two things in mind for tomorrow, we thought we'd like put in our final thoughts, our final predictions for what could be coming tomorrow. So I'm going to play a little game with you guys. How this game is going to work is I'm going to give you 2 scenarios, and I want you guys to pick which is more likely to happen. They might not happen either way, one or the other, but I want you guys to decide which one is the most likely to happen, okay?
Scenario.
Like it.
Gotcha.
I'll also mention, if people in the chat are talking about this, like Marvel like trademarked a bunch of names for things today. We talked about it in the office a little bit. You can't really put stock in those kinds of things.
Yeah.
Unconfirmed. Some of it could be video game stuff.
It could be
Some
video
of it we
games.
don't know
Not
what
only
it's
that,
for.
but like if you're a smart person protecting your IP, you should just copyright everything, right? So we're not taking any of that into consideration. We have no idea what's going to be announced tomorrow. But first question, Marvel, what's more likely? Marvel announces their big team up. Do we think it'll be either an Avengers story team up film or a Young Avengers team up film?
So
Which is more likely between
grown
Avengers,
folks Avengers
grown folks,
or young
or
folks
little
Avengers?
dudes? Yeah.
A little rascal.
Yeah, they've been setting up Young Avengers for a while, but you know, who doesn't want another Avengers film?
I'll go first here. I'm gonna say Young Avengers to me sounds like a Disney Plus series. Okay?
Ooh, really?
Not to relegate it to the basement of the MCU or anything like that. I think it'll be a really good Disney Plus series, but it feels a little bit more that energy than big screen release. So I'm gonna say Grown Folks Avengers.
Grown folks Avengers. Eric?
Yeah, giving them the Defenders treatment. Okay,
Yes.
all right.
Damn, the Runaways, they're banished.
Wow, I really think we're going to see Young Avengers
Okay.
on the big screens. I think that's going to be a big event. Because you're right, they have been teeing up these Young Avengers members left and right in recent years, ever since.
Real quick rundown of potential Young Avengers that have already been established.
Kate Bishop, already been established. We know Stature is going to be in the Ant-Man Quantumania film.
Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel.
There's also Scott Lang's daughter.
Stature.
Stature.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Heimdall.
Yeah.
Heimdall Jr.
Heimdall.
Axel
Heimdall.
Heimdall.
Yeah.
Original OG Black Captain America's grandson.
Isaiah Bradley.
That guy, yeah.
I think is his name.
he popped
and
up.
then like Yelena can be
Yelena.
either. You can put her on Young Avengers or you can put her
You think
in
you have to,
Thunderbolts.
right?
Well, I mean, I think she's more of a Thunderbolts type character.
Well,
But I would say
she'd be the most moral person on Thunderbolts.
and we know in the future, in the not too distant future, we're getting Riri Williams.
Yeah.
That's right.
And-
Right.
There's
Right.
Tommy and Wiccan running
Yeah.
around.
Ironheart is oh, you just
That's
said
Riri
that.
Williams,
Thank
right?
you.
Well, Tommy and Wiccan, are they running around?
Somewhere out there. There's a version of
Are
them
they
running
real?
around.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Somewhere there's a
America
version.
Chavez.
America Chavez, thank you.
Great.
Good
We've
one.
got a lot of great people in this.
Yeah, so a
lot of
lot of
babies.
potential. And we'll probably be getting a lot more potential. Ant-Man, Quantumania, Black Panther 2, maybe. Yes. Okay.
Do you have an option here?
Yeah, I think the lights will dim out low. Kevin Feige will be like, one last thing before I go. It'll say Avengers on the screen. People will start screaming, and then it will say Young
Yeah.
Avengers.
And
And
everyone's
they'll be like, not a groan. They'll be like, okay. But I only say that because like I know more Young Avengers, as we just listed, than who's an Avenger right now.
Right.
There are,
Great
and they've made a big
Sam
point.
Wilson, Captain America.
They've made a big point in
Witch,
saying
yeah.
like the Avengers are gone. Even though
Yeah.
like Doctor Strange was like, we'll get you back on the lunchbox. Like Doctor Strange, you're not an Avenger. What are you talking about?
He's
Never
not?
was.
He never
Everybody
really
was an Avenger at the end of the Endgame.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. Here's a wild card. We know one of these shows has wrapped. One of these shows is shooting right now. Do we think we'll see a clip from, which more likely, Loki season 2 or Secret Invasion? Secret Invasion coming out a little bit sooner,
Yeah.
but Loki season 2, everyone's salivating.
We're getting those great set picks from Loki season 2. Can I say both?
No, you can't.
I can't say both.
You can't say
What's
both.
more likely?
What's more likely? Boy, they have been tight-lipped about Secret Invasion. We know a lot
really
of casting
have.
news,
They really
but
have.
no set photos.
We
I
have
don't think.
a photo of Nick Fury with an eye patch, or
And there was
without
like
an eye
the
patch
photo.
and a scratch.
Wasn't there a photo of a newspaper that had what's his face shaking hands? That we think is the new
Oh.
president.
Yes.
Not Dylan.
That
Dylan,
does-
not Dylan
does sound
McDermott.
very
Or is
familiar.
it Dylan McDermott?
Or
Or is it
American
McDreamy?
Horror
Who is it? What generic
Patrick
white
Dempsey.
man is going to be?
I'm leaning now. Don't put it past Marvel to give us like literally 1.5 second clip.
That's what we got for Secret
Tom
Invasion.
Hiddleston.
That's why I think I'm gonna lean Loki on this, just because like I think Tom Hiddleston is so big and people loved Loki season 1, and I think they're like, we'll give them a little Loki. They don't need to do
Well,
Secret Invasion.
they could even show us a clip from season 1.
Sure.
And just with Loki season 2 underneath it, right?
Little-
But I'm
little
going to say
outtake.
Secret Invasion. I'm saying
Secret Invasion.
Yeah, I agree. I think because we had Loki already, I think Secret Invasion is a good way to introduce some Skrull, some fun stuff, some more Nick Fury with his glassy, foggy eye in the mix. Get a Flurkin or 2 in there. I think that's what they're gonna drop on
I'm
us,
hoping.
tomorrow.
I'm saying
You're going
Loki, but
Loki?
I really hope it's a Secret Invasion.
I think we'll get a little Secret Invasion.
I want the whole
I'm not
trailer.
participating in this game.
Give it
I
to
think
me.
they've had that cut for a while. You know.
Agreed.
This is not your question,
Yeah,
but
get in there.
I'm subverting it here. What full trailers are we getting tomorrow?
I
Definitely
mean,
Black Panther
They've gotta
2?
do it.
Black Panther
They better.
and She-Hulk is almost. It feels inevitable.
Like a second or third trailer for
Yeah.
She-Hulk, you're
But
saying.
the next series is Secret Invasion, right?
After
Yes.
She-Hulk?
Yes.
I think they'll have a trailer.
Holiday
ready for
special Guardians of the Galaxy comes before
Ooh.
Secret Invasion.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by Night hasn't
Do we
even been
know
announced
that's
yet.
happening? We know that it's
It
happening.
has a director.
Werewolf by Night.
Werewolf by
Um,
Night is just going to be an 18-minute music video. I think. It's going to be basically Thriller.
It's mostly going to be the Thriller video?
That'd be very fun.
we
put.
did, yeah.
You're gonna say the same thing.
gotta run a
We
poll
did
in
ask
the
some
chat.
polls. We asked some polls. What's more likely, Young Avengers? 73% of you said Young Avengers. to
Whoa.
Avengers. I tend to agree.
Wait. Okay, yeah.
The other one was a little closer. 53% of you think it'll be
Invasion.
Secret Invasion.
Versus Loki season
Versus
2.
Loki season
Interesting.
The youth has spoken.
Yeah. I'll also say we know that Ironheart is shooting Shit's Fire.
According to
you know,
Anthony
according to
Ramos, that's
Anthony
a
Ramos.
quote from Anthony Ramos.
That could certainly make
There
an
could be
appearance.
problems on set. Like something could be on fire.
Or is that noted
He
super
was
villain
like, it was a
Shit's
bad
Fire?
day.
We got Night Cream versus Shit's Fire.
Night Cream. Okay. We think there might also be some unannounced films getting release dates or confirmed things or whatever. What do you think is more likely? We get a confirmed release date for the next Spider-Man film. You know, they're always thirsty to talk about Spider-Man, as we saw today. Or the next Captain America film release date. When are we getting? We don't know when those are coming out. Release
We
date.
have a confirmed screenwriter
We know they're working
for Captain America.
And a director.
And a director.
And I believe they've sort of said, like, we really want the same team to come back for Spider-Man. So I think both of them have, you know, that pre-production
Well,
thing
Sony's been
happening.
trying to get the news out there. They're like, yeah, Tom Holland's coming back. Don't you
Oh,
worry
yeah.
about it.
Oh, yeah. He hasn't signed his contract,
yeah.
but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We just haven't given him the pen.
I'm going to say both because Marvel may not want to be
This
blowing up
isn't-
the
you can't
spot
play-
of
Can't pick
Sony.
Can't
both.
play the
That's
game.
literally
No,
the
I'm not
point
saying
of
both. I'm saying
Oh.
I'm listing 2 reasons.
I see.
Marvel
so
doesn't
mad.
want to be blowing up the spot of a Sony movie too hard.
Yeah.
And because we got that recent director and writer confirmation, I think Captain America film is what they'll announce.
I think so, too.
Yeah, I agree.
I started to jump in there before everyone's giving their answers. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah, sorry. You agree. Wait, Captain America?
I'll say Spider-Man.
Oh!
Whoa!
Jet
Jet theory on the Breakroom.
I think they want to like calm everyone's nerves.
You make a good point.
I think people are feeling antsy, and they wanna walk away. Marvel wasn't gonna be at Comic-Con. They decided to come back. I think they really want to drop some cards on the table and say, "Nice try, DC.
We're doing it.
Nice try."
Don't you
Madam
think,
Web.
regardless,
Madam
if they give us a Black Panther 2 trailer and nothing else,
That's enough.
they've dropped the mic on
Probably.
DC, don't
That's
you think?
probably.
Probably.
And even one casting piece of news, don't you think?
It depends on what they show in the trailer, right? Speaking of DC, though, we do get the Warner Brothers panel tomorrow. We know Black Adam and Shazam Fury of the Gods will be there. But do we think it's more likely that DC announces a new Superman project? Henry Cavill rumored to make an appearance at Comic-Con tomorrow. Or do we think they'll announce the next Zack Snyder DCEU project? Fire up your Twitter bots.
Well, there was the news story today that supposedly someone from Warner Brothers has said that like they're not even thinking about
they're
doing
not
another
working on
Zack
it.
Snyder thing.
No. Yes, I think there's a 0% likelihood on that.
But I also think the chance of a new Superman thing is 0%.
I think the chances are better that Henry Cavill is at Comic-Con to buy some back issues than it is to announce a new Superman movie, or maybe Witcher stuff. Or that guy's got a lot of other projects. But That'd be interesting. Yeah, it doesn't feel like either of these is super
Doesn't
likely.
feel great about you. The DCEU, I really hope Warner Brothers says like, here's what we're going to do for the next 7 years, and it makes sense to us. You know, I think like right now
3 more Batmans.
We talked about this yesterday.
Different
like,
Batmans.
I don't know what direction they're going in. It feels like they don't know what direction they're going in. Okay, the chat thinks it's going to be. They're still voting. They're still voting, but they did say that next Captain America film.
Leaning hard, new Superman over new Zack Snyder.
Superman.
They did say next Captain America film over Spider-Man
I think
film,
of the
83%,
two-
and here we go, same sort of ratio with next Superman.
I think
film.
it's Superman film. I don't think they're gonna announce
Starring Michael B. Jordan as Black Suit.
Oh, now that would be
I've
good.
long rumored.
Yeah.
He's been kind of out there campaigning and talking about it
Getting
for quite a
swole
while.
for Creed 3.
gonna be
He's
like,
back
oh,
right
Come
into
back
the-
to Marvel.
This is your Krypton? Huh. Huh.
Okay.
It's a play on "Is this your king?"
Yes. Okay.
Is this your
This is
Krypton?
great.
Good. You know,
That's really
the best
good.
jokes are the ones you have to explain.
Yeah.
We
Break
always
it down
say
to
it.
folks.
Okay, a couple more before we wrap this up. Who's more likely to make a surprise appearance? We know Henry Cavill is rumored, but do we think we'll get a Batfleck? More likely, Batfleck or Lady Gaga as a potential Harley Quinn for the Joker sequel?
Lady Gaga
right.
comes out and does a full song.
Ooh.
And Harley Quinn makeup.
As Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Lady Gaga, because Batfleck is off on his honeymoon probably with J-Lo. So.
Good call.
They could
He doesn't
dock the
honeymoon
yacht.
to San Diego?
San Diego's
you?
got a-
If I had that kind of money?
And
Absolutely.
again,
They got a port.
that guy's even more sailed out than Zack Snyder. There's zero chance of him.
I
might come
disagree.
back.
I think Snyder's
He's got a
I
new
think
wife, he's got a
Affleck's
new
got to
look
make
on
some
life.
money, you know.
He's possibly sober right now. He's feeling it.
Possibly.
We don't know. We don't know.
I don't know.
Okay,
That was one of the
I
best.
didn't write this question, but I'm going to read it anyways.
you want me to read it for
What's
you?
more? Yeah, go for it.
Okay, what's more likely to happen to The Rock at Comic-Con? We know he's going to be there. What's more likely to happen to him? He's going to announce Black Adam 2, or the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, appears and cuts a promo on The Rock, setting up Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania 2023, which will be in
Los
Hollywood.
Angeles.
Oh, you're
Hollywood,
good.
California.
Not
You're good.
anywhere close
Actually,
to
it's
Hollywood.
south of Hollywood.
Get outta
It's
here.
Inglewood.
Dude,
So-
you lived
SoFi?
you lived in LA for
They're
years.
saying Hollywood. I'm using
Hollywood
the
Park.
messaging.
Hollywood Park,
Hollywood
which is nowhere
Park.
near Hollywood.
Hollywood Park,
It's
California.
the parking lot of SoFi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's more likely?
What's more likely? Well, I think very unlikely that Warner Brothers chooses to use their panel to promote a WWE event.
But that will get so many eyes on their panel. It's free promotion.
I don't think Black Adam 2 is going to happen. So,
See, that's what I'm saying.
You know.
You don't think it will happen? You don't think Black Adam's going to do well enough?
Sorry, I don't mean that they won't greenlight
They
a
won't
second
pre-announce
movie
it?
before they have box office numbers.
I think they might pre-announce it just
No.
to get the hype going.
The same company, Warner Brothers, did. Well, no, they didn't do that for Dune. They
No.
waited to see how Dune 1 did before they
literally have
greenlit
just now
Dune
started
2.
working on Dune 2, which is insane.
Black Adam 2. I agree. I think they're going to be tentative. I mean, Black Adam's a risk.
It's a gamble. It
That's
sure
not a
is
super
gamble,
popular
yeah.
character. We don't know. I mean, everybody loves The Rock, and the trailer looked good, but we don't know. We don't know.
Okay, last one. Who's more likely to be, I'm skipping a couple of these. Who's more likely to appear next to Kevin Feige on stage in a sort of Blade moment? Do we think Taron Egerton as Wolverine? Or a possible Keanu Reeves as Silver Surfer announcement?
No.
We know we're getting Fantastic Four. We
Either
know we're
one of
getting
these-
X-Men.
Either one
We
of these
don't
would
know
deliver
when.
on years
Yes.
of fan casting
Yes.
speculation.
They've been
right?
doing a little fan casting lately. We know Keanu is sort of like in talks all the time to do stuff with
I mean,
Marvel.
if they want, we know they're doing Fantastic Four, and if they want to like tease that it's going to be a Galactus story, saying you got Keanu as the Silver Surfer would be pretty insane.
Oh, I thought you were going to say
Pretty insane.
Keanu as Galactus.
I mean,
That'd be
that'd be a
awesome.
whole
That'd be
other
pretty
story.
fun.
Yeah.
That'd be a whole other story.
I don't think we're gonna get Galactus for like another 10 years. They got
Okay.
they got
They got-
some other villains
They
that
they got to still pay off Kang.
yeah.
And again, the rumored copyrighted or whatever movie titles, Kang plays a prominent role in
Yeah.
at least one of them.
Yeah.
Kang Dynasty
That's what it
was one of those.
I mean, that sounds so goofy. To me, it sounded goofy, and I was like, this is not what they're going to call the next
It could have been
Avengers.
copywriting for like a snack at Marvel
Yeah,
Avengers
yeah.
Campus and Disney. Yeah, it was like Kang
Well,
Dynasty.
we were watching the 2019 panel, Brandon and I, the other day, and the Captain America Civil War title they had originally flashed on the screen as
It was
had
Serpent
Serpent
Society.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
known as that for a while, leading into that Comic-Con, and then he Kevin Feige very cheekily is like, we got a better title for it.
So that was the working title.
Well, they just held the spot as like, yeah, this is going to be Captain America, Serpent Society. They put that out. There was a logo. There was everything. But we know these logos mean nothing too, because even the shows they do, they change the logo every 3 months as they're like, well, this show's actually going to be more like this, so we're going to change the logo a little bit. So yeah, I don't believe any of those trademark things we saw earlier today.
Red herrings, all of them.
And again, I will say, we're not really covering it because, again, it's pretty speculative and we don't know if it means anything. But, like, in that list of possible copyright names, 2 Avengers things in there. It's like Avengers Kang Dynasty, Avengers Secret Invasion.
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars, apologies,
yes.
yeah. We're already getting Secret Invasion as a Disney Plus series. So who knows? Boy, that would be big. If, like, Phase 5 is like, that's the Infinity War Endgame of Phase 5 or something like that?
You also got to think, like, Marvel knows that this stuff would come out before their big day at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
They wouldn't, I don't know, it feels so, the timing's really
So I do love the, like, Friday afternoon leak.
Someone just, like, hit publish.
Well,
and
it's like the last possible time the lawyer can sneak it into the patent office before the weekend comes, Either way, we are going to be covering this live tomorrow. Myself, Eric, John will be here. Jessica Clemons will be here. The Hall H panel is not streaming live anywhere.
No.
The best you can do is be refreshing Twitter. Lame. Instead,
watch
us
refresh.
refresh Twitter. Okay? It'll be like you're getting the news with your buddies at New Rockstars.
Is the panel at 5? Are you guys starting when the panel
5 Pacific.
starts?
We'll be running concurrently with that. At the beginning, we'll recap the previous, earlier in the day, the Warner Brothers panel, where maybe Roman Reigns showed up and speared his cousin, The Rock. And then in real time, we will be reporting on everything that comes up from the Marvel live action panel in exciting glory.
Can we zip through What If and Marvel Zombies before
we'll talk What If real fast. So season 2's coming, 2023, very soon. We're gonna see. They watched the whole episode, I guess, today, and it was maybe the episode that was cut from season 1. Is that what we were thinking?
We don't know. It was Sharon Carter versus the Hydra Stomper.
Right,
that was the episode they showed. We don't know what got cut.
There was a Lego involved with that like came out that was never one of the episodes.
Wasn't there also like a Gamora
there was a
thing
Gamora
in a trailer?
and Thanos stuff that we never saw. That was also a Lego minifig that came out. So I don't know. But we're going to be seeing Captain Carter again, and they confirmed at this panel that this is not the same Peggy Carter from Multiverse of Madness. That one died, if you recall. She was cut in half. But this is a different one. This one's much smarter. But I guess this What If is going to be what if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper, which I guess is a redo of like the first episode.
Well, it'll be at the end of What If you remember, she's like looking in.
Right.
But
that's in the future when they found him again.
I imagine they're just going to pick up from where.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. There was also a trailer released for What If, and it said to have Marvel 1602, which was a really cool comic.
This is not online.
This is not online. The trailer's not online. We don't know when they'll put it online. Maybe tomorrow. But this showed like they're going to do a What If based on this great comic book run called Marvel 1602, which is based on like some of the Marvel characters being alive in Elizabethan
Neil Gaiman
England.
wrote the original comic. It featured crazy stuff like Dr. Doom poisoning Elizabeth I.
Very strange stuff with Doctor Strange and Clea Strange involved. Very exciting. They also showed in this trailer, we saw a sequence with like Asgardians versus Shang-Chi characters. There was this like crazy road race that looked like Fury Road. Very cool stuff. And they've already announced that there will be a season 3 of What If, and that has been ordered.
Hell yeah.
With season 2 coming next year.
Yeah,
I loved
good
What If.
news.
What If was surprisingly great. Really liked it.
And so far, the first kind of like Disney Plus Marvel animated stuff, and it was a big success. Yeah, we loved it.
It did really well. We also got news that there's going to be like a Marvel Zombies show, which is a spin-off of the original show, of the episode
of What If
that showed the zombies. I guess, Dashiell, we have some assets. I've been running through this so quick. Show some assets. So these are some of the characters I mentioned.
The non-zombie characters.
I love there's a Jimmy Woo in there.
He looks like a post-apocalyptic Jimmy Woo.
He's got a playing card in his hand.
Still doing magic. So this was a Jimmy Woo that ran into Ant-Man, learned magic, and then the world fell apart. So I don't know.
Yes. I also love Death Dealer getting some love there.
That's Kamala Khan in the middle there. And also Red Guardian, Great to see him coming
Yeah,
back. So fun to see these like
absolutely.
characters get used again. Some of the villains we're gonna see in this zombie show. Here's some of the. Are these the villains? I
Yes.
can't- oh, these
Yeah,
are
we got
villains.
Abomination.
Captain Marvel.
Marvel,
Is that the ancient one in them, or is that a Koya?
Scarlet Witch,
It's a
Winter Soldier
Cap with no
there.
legs.
Yeah.
Cap no legs.
Cap no legs.
No leg caps.
That's the strongest asset is them legs.
And
There's
America's
also-
butt. No America's butt.
Oh, yeah,
Oh no.
Take me out. I don't
We've
need to. I
also
don't need to
got-
live in this world anymore.
America's guts hanging out of the torso, ladies and
America's
gentlemen.
guts.
There's Icarus as a half zombie. I guess they
Whoa.
were saying like he could only be half zombie because he's still a robot, but I guess whatever organic
that's
material
interesting.
he's made of can be zombified.
You think he'd be a little crispy?
And
And then
there's-
there's like some zombie road racers, some zombie.
Well, it's like
wasters.
it looks like a
Scrolls.
non-zombie.
Scrolls.
Oh, is that who we think it is?
Scroll-
It's
the
some kind of
Scroll
biker
biker
gang.
gang.
Yeah, Scroll biker gang,
This
also
might be
fighting
from that
zombies.
road race episode that they were talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. Very cool. Very cool.
If you want to go a little bit more in depth into some of the stuff that was announced today, Eric Voss's video out on the channel,
Yeah.
sort of going into the comics history of some of these things and talking more about all of this stuff in detail.
And-
You'll see some assets from comic books. And things
Yeah,
like that.
he'll give a lot more information, and it goes without saying, any trailers that come out tomorrow, Eric Voss is going to be breaking down the hell out of those,
Yeah.
going into all kinds of depth. We'll get that to you on the new Rockstars channel as soon as possible.
Yep.
And it seems like you guys were in a poll are most excited about the Asgardians versus Shang-Chi
Ooh.
characters, which I think will be very cool.
Talo and whatnot.
Yeah. Excited to see more of that. We also got a trailer for.
Real quick,
Oh, yeah.
do we see a goats versus dragons fight, maybe?
Like the screaming goats versus the dragon. I mean, if the screaming goats.
Or no,
were to show
food
up-
dogs versus goats would make a lot more sense.
Oh
wouldn't
yeah, I
it?
guess the food
I don't know.
dogs.
Anyway.
Fighting. Maybe the soul suckers will come back.
Morris versus
Tom
Meek?
Nasher.
Yeah,
Morris
I don't know,
versus
yeah.
Meek.
Morris versus Meek. Adorable. We also got a trailer for I Am Groot.
Yes.
This is going to be 5 episodes. They all drop on August 10th. They're short little like mini episodes. Bradley Cooper is voicing Rocket in it. It's super cute. Vin Diesel is Groot again.
Nice.
But like we kind of said, it's canon light.
Canon
It lives in
adjacent.
its own canon. It's Baby Groot, so it's like in between. It's before Infinity War. After Volume 2, I guess, is when it's kind of taking place
Yeah.
somewhere in,
And-
or
and
around
this-
the times of Volume 2.
This trailer is released to the public. You can watch
Yeah, you
that.
could
Yeah.
go find the
take a look.
trailer. They watched the first episode there. They said it was very cute. Groot takes a bath. Adorable.
Sweet.
Adorable.
Sweet baby Groot.
Sweet baby Groot. But that's a lot of the big news from today.
That's
Tons of
everything.
exciting stuff. Tons of animated stuff coming. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big San Diego Comic-Con weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching with us and sitting through our discussions. Our
I hope
our
your
news
Fridays
breaking.
are going well.
Yes, we hope you have big weekend plans, or if not, that you at least have a nice, peaceful, restful weekend. We are going to be back tomorrow, a little over 24 hours from now, to cover live the Studio H Marvel live action panel, and then Monday. I mean,
You heard it.
have some extra pants on hand because you'll be blasting your way through at least one pair.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
a great time to be a breaker.
During Tomicon, okay? Tommy Bechtold will be fully unleashed. He will be at his most Tommy. It will be a ridiculous episode. We'll also be recapping the Comic-Con news of the week.
We'll have some news on Monday.
A little bit of news.
There will
Mostly
be a
Comic-Con.
little bit of news.
Yes.
Go ahead and turn your volumes down right now. Just get ready for that. It's gonna be a loud one, guys.
Bump it down. Bump it down.
But to thank you so much for watching all week long. Thank you, Eric, John, Brandon, all the folks that were on, Angelica Trey, Jessica Clemons, Tommy Bechtold, everybody else that was on this week, and all of you for watching. We want to leave you with our clip of the week. This is a fun one. It was one of our favorite highlights from this week of Breakroom shows.
You can submit your favorite clips on our Discord. Do it. We're going to start doing this every week, I think, the clip of the week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Great. Thank
All
you guys so
right.
much. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
Bye. We've invented some incredible technologies here at New Rockstars, and I wanted to introduce our next incredible achievement in engineering.
Wow.
Animatronic Eric Voss.
Wow.
We have taken all of the voice recordings of Eric Voss. Thank you. You can see him demoed right here. We've taken all of the voice recordings of Eric Voss and a skin that is close and put him into this incredible animatronic.
Welcome back to you, Rockstars. Today I'm breaking down Gummy Bears, the cartoon, episode 6, The Bears melt.
Some kinks to be worked out, but we'll see you next year. Also, Blade!
Must destroy Philip! Must destroy Philip! Kill Philip! Kill up Melina! Kill up Melina!
Oh, God,
Nude
turn him off, turn him off,
Rockstars!
turn him off, turn him off.
Nude Rockstars!
Oh, it's not
Nude
turning
Rock-
off!